This is Robert with Current SCM. In this video, I'm going to quickly introduce the catalog workflow and how it affects and interacts with other users. First thing, make sure that we're in our catalog module. And from there, I'm actually going to show you guys just a quick creation of a new catalog item. So in this case, I'm going to add our very first road bike, our super secret stock keeping unit. So unit of measure corresponds with the how we sort of count the product. So in this case, we're describing a bicycle, so we're going to use the each unit of measure. Style is race bike. It's a 26.5-inch wheelbase. So in the previous videos, we described a little bit about what these attributes and measurements mean and how to set them up. But in our case, we're just going to submit so we can show you the actual workflow side of things. So after we've added it noted that we've saved the product successfully. But if we were to try to, dive in and look for that product, we're going to be in a state where we have the product in sort of a draft state. And if someone was to search for it, which is the most common use, they're not going to find anything because it's sort of invisible to other users until it works its way through the workflow. So diving over back into our management tabs, I flip over to our approvals and I see that we're filtered on our draft state, and we've got sort of two bikes that are ready to go. What we need to do at this stage is to basically tell the system that these descriptions, these definitions are fully built and that other folks can use them. So I can view, make any adjustments as required, and then I can move it to a proposed state. One thing to note, every company can customize which catalog workflow they're using. This demo is based on a very robust workflow that has a number of checks and balances. So if we notice now we have one item in draft and one in the proposed state, action this, same idea, propose, or I could cancel. And we have now two items in the proposed stage. Typically there would be multiple reviewers, especially when it comes to engineering data, sort of validate that everything was entered correctly. In our case, I have the power to do everything. So I'm just going to quickly flip these things through. Another option you have is to mark everything for approval. So I'm just going to say what's the state transition we're going to do, select the items I wanted to impact, and I'm going to complete the bulk transition. So at this stage, we are sort of in the final step. It's the awaiting review. And again, I'm going to come in and pretend I'm someone else and actually approve the item. Straightforward. So, at this point, if we were to go back and actually search for our bikes in the catalog search, we've already see we are approved, but rerun the bike search and we now have these items. So I hope that sort of helps. I think some key takeaways is that organizations can customize what is the level of complexity in their workflow for approval, and that items will be flagged as, orders and bids will be flagged as problematic if they're using catalog items that have not been approved. Hope that helps. See you in the next video.